Alright, what is up, people? Let's get back on our grind, watching videos that promote pseudoscience, misinformation, all that good stuff. Today, we're gonna look at this video. This was popular, I think, 1 month back. It's about a month old. I didn't have a chance to make this video back then, but now I do. And so let's look at what he's saying. What I wanna do with this video is basically try and show you, when you come across an extraordinary claim, how do you analyze it?
Ghee is the best fat in the world. When I go to US, scientists hug me. You come from the land that has given this world ghee.
Really?
Yes. Ghee is saturated fat, but is not like any other saturated fat. Ghee को ऐसा unique structure है carbon का double bond. It's a fat burner.
Ghee is a fat burner.
Okay, so we've understood that this is a conversation about weight loss. They're talking about burning fat. The basic science behind weight loss of any kind is a calorie deficit. If you're eating less calories than what you're burning, then you will lose weight. It's physically impossible for you to hold weight. Now, people, I've seen some comments saying, hey, Prano only talks about calorie deficit. That's only in the context of weight loss. If you want to remain healthy, you have to make sure you meet your macro and micronutrient targets and drink enough water. So let's talk about this particular claim. He has said that ghee is a fat burner. Let's see if that's true. What is ghee chemically? In 100 grams of ghee, 99.5% of it is fats. You can see there's very little other nutrition coming from carbs or proteins. And there are 870 calories per 100 grams of ghee. It's one of the most calorie dense things you can eat. Oils are around 900 calories. Anything that's above 500 calories, that's where your oil fried chips and all these things come in. Anything of that kind is generally a very high calorie food to eat. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to burn fat, like is being discussed in this video, you will do far better eating foods that are not this calorie dense. Now, can you eat ghee when you're trying to lose weight? Yes, but you have to eat it in moderation. You can Google it and look at any page you can find about ghee. You will see that this word moderation, make sure you're eating it in moderation, is something that's there in every page. Show you another one. See, risks of ghee. You should eat it in moderation. What they mean by in moderation is, if you're eating within your caloric limit, before you exceed your daily calorie limit, you eat ghee within that limit, it's perfectly fine. You can still lose weight. See, for a normal 70 to 80 kilogram adult male, they eat around 2000 calories per day. And within those 2000 calories, if whatever 1 or 2 spoons of ghee if you're eating, and at the amount of calories you get, do not exceed that 2000 in total. From ghee plus all the other foods you eat, if it doesn't exceed that 2000 total, you're fine. You will lose weight if you're in a deficit. But instead of saying all this, what this man has done is that you eat more ghee, you will burn more fat, which is categorically not correct. You can eat ghee as long as you're staying in a caloric deficit, but the more ghee you eat will not burn more fat. Let's see what he's saying.
What is ghee? Because it is a property of ghee.
And this is something I want to comment on. Misinformation peddlers, generally, what they do is, Raj Shamani here is trying to be skeptical. He's trying to raise a question on what was just said about ghee. But instead of recognizing that there's some skepticism that they're facing, this man, Prashant Desai, has doubled down on what he's saying. See, the problem here is, I appreciate Raj Shamani's skepticism, but skepticism alone won't do you any good. You have to back your skepticism with some basic knowledge. So instead of just saying, hey, what is it backed by science? I think that's something he says here. Instead of just saying that, the question Raj should have asked is, ghee is fat, right? So how can eating more fat help you in burning fat? That doesn't make sense. If he had specified this, then maybe he would have gotten a better answer instead of this doubling down that we got over here.
It burns away stubborn fat. It reduces your visceral fat.
How does that make sense? I mean, if it does make sense, if there's some additional information that is needed here, he has not said that.
It's only in ghee कि coconut oil, olive oil in में भी
Coconut oil में भी, olive oil में भी है.
Most oils, all vegetable oils for sure, are almost completely fat. They're around that 900 calories per 100 gram range. And none of those will benefit you in fat loss. You can have them, but the important thing to remember is to stay in a caloric deficit. There's nothing more reliable for weight loss than caloric deficit. There's no magic food. There's no special fat burning special superfoods. Caloric deficit is your way to go.
Coconut oil has similar properties. उससे MCT oil बनता है.
coconut oil and ghee is almost same.
Superb. Both have different, it's short chain fatty acid है, ये saturated fat है. But both have great health benefits.
Now, he mentioned something in the beginning, which is something I want to point out over here.
Where scientists hug me, you come from a land that has given this world ghee.
Why would scientists hug a guy from India just because India gave the world ghee? That doesn't even make sense. But okay, offhand remark, whatever. He might not have literally meant it, but this.
Really?
Yes. Ghee is saturated fat, but is not like any other saturated fat.
He mentions that ghee is saturated fat, and then he says
घी को ऐसा यूनिक स्ट्रक्चर है कार्बन का डबल बॉन्ड.
carbon ka double bond in a saturated fat. The word saturated means there are only single bond carbons in that molecule. At least carbon-carbon bonds are single bonds. Unsaturated fats means there will be double bonds. Saturation is literally the removal of double bonds to make them single bonds. So what's he saying? Ghee is saturated, then he says ghee has carbon double bonds. That's categorically wrong.
If you are not eating ghee wali roti, you are doing the biggest disservice to the country.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's just an opinion, clearly.
I have 4 spoons of ghee in my coffee first thing when I wake up.
4 spoons of ghee in your coffee, isn't that a bit excessive? Especially if you're trying to lose weight.
Is it scientifically proven?
I don't talk anything which has no science validity.
Do you see the doubling down from a misinformation peddler right here? Oh man, I feel bad for you, Raj Ramani. First of all, let's get this straight. There's no such thing as scientifically proven. Science is not in the business of proving things. Science is in the business of finding evidence for ideas. If there is evidence, if there's overwhelming evidence, those are the ideas that we support scientifically. He might have said this colloquially, but know that there is no such thing as scientifically proven. There is only scientific evidence in support for ideas.
I have done 3 LinkedIn posts and 2 videos on ghee.
So what? Does that validate your idea?
Tell your team to take out all the material. If you want, I will share with you.
Do we have any paper or anything?
Of course.
Can you send the
I
link
will
of it?
share.
I want to attach it because
Yeah.
ये सबसे different चीज़ है क्योंकि मैं first time सुन रहा हूँ.
That's amazing. He has linked a paper in the description. Let's look at that. I think this is the paper, right? Let's look at the paper and then we're done. I won't drag this video for longer. So do you see this? This is what misinformation peddlers do. They'll make a conclusion out of a rat study and somehow conclude something about how certain foods or chemicals behave in humans from this conclusion. Let's look at the conclusion of the paper. It says ghee in these rats has a potential for decreasing cardiovascular disease. It says nothing about weight loss. From this, he has somehow concluded that weight loss is possible with the help of ghee. I don't have to show anything more to you. This paper does not substantiate the point he's trying to make. Let's see the ending of the video also and then in the video.
Advantage India में लिया गया by the marketing vegetable oil companies. Ghee is bad, eat vegetable oil. Heart लगाने लगे अपने तेल के पैक में.
तो फिर डॉक्टर्स इतना बुरा क्यों बोलते हैं?
See, at the end of the day, trans fats are bad. As long as you're not eating trans fats, any fat is fine within your calorie limit and you can lose weight because you will be in a caloric deficit. Vegetable oil, ghee, butter, any fat you can think of, even the fat from the yolk of an egg, it's all fine. Your body can handle it. In fact, I'm on a weight loss journey right now. You can actually compare my size to previous videos on this channel. I'm on a weight loss journey right now and I'm eating eggs every day. I'm eating unprocessed foods every day, but I'm eating a lot of fruits and vegetables and making sure I'm getting all my nutrients properly every day while staying in a caloric deficit. And what's more, I've taken a blood test at the start of my weight loss journey, and at the end, I'll do it again. I'll take a blood test and we'll compare the blood reports and see if I've actually grown healthier. And yeah, so look forward to that. I will see you in the next one.